again. Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to Halo 1. We're on episode 5, otherwise known as Assault on the Control Room. The level that, for some reason, a lot of people have trouble
Why?
with,
Why did it say I would have been your daddy?
because that's the name of the chapter.
And why did you call something else?
That's not, no, that wasn't me. That's the actual game.
No, you. Yeah, but you said it in a different name.
The level is called Assault on the Control Room. The chapter is called I Would Have Been Your Daddy.
That makes no sense.
Listen, it makes more sense when we play Halo 2. Okay? Anyway, so at the beginning of this level, what you're going to want to do is do what all the Let's Players back in the day do and just throw 4 grenades and shoot at this door until some grunts walk past, and the grunts will eventually die because for some reason the game's programming forces the grunts to walk towards you. Now, I ended up ending this a bit early because I got impatient. But it doesn't really matter because at this point only the grunts remained. And as you can see, David, my assault rifle now has camo.
Nice.
Yep. So, why do you think people consider this the hardest level in Halo 1, even though I doubt it?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Because how they can skillfully dodge like that guy just did.
I mean, in all the levels, the enemies can skillfully dodge.
So I guess. What is it?
This level is considered the hardest in the game because people don't know how to play it. This level is actually one of the easiest levels, but the problem is if you don't know how to play it, meaning you don't know the exact strategies to use, it's kind of brutal. What I mean by that is there are certain vehicles and weapons you can carry with you to make the level an absolute joke, but if you don't know that ahead of time, then this level is so hard. I mean, the same can be said about TNR, and the same can be said about 2 Betrayals, but just this level in particular is the biggest case of skill gap. When you have someone who actually knows what they're doing, this level is boring. And I'm gonna stand by that. There's a reason it only took me 11 minutes, even though this level typically should take about an hour. You gonna say anything?
No, because I got something else to say. So I'm trying to think of other things to say so that we don't get dream and silent. But
I mean, do you have any questions?
not about the level right now. It seems pretty standard so far.
Okay, so what have we done in the story so far? Do you remember?
Let's see. We attacked. We first got invaded. The ship got invaded. Then we went to a planet to save some of our trapped. To save some of our trapped men. And that's all I remember.
We then invaded. Oh, right, because we started talking about fucking JoJo for an hour. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was not my fault. Anyways.
Shut up.
Actually, we didn't talk about JoJo. You did. That's besides the point. That's besides the point. The point is that we rescued the captain, and then we found the silent cartographer to find a map room to Halo's control room. By the way, we are currently on Halo, but that's
Roll credits.
Yeah, exactly.
Roll credits.
Exactly. Anyways, so if you don't steal this Banshee, this level becomes, I think, 40 minutes longer. But because I steal the Banshee, I actually get this right. You can steal vehicles in Halo. That's just a fact. I think you know this, right?
How did you get it trapped there?
I got him trapped there because I know how to manipulate this game's systems. I've played this game for many, many years.
Okay, this is awesome.
Exactly. So what you're supposed to do is actually go downstairs onto that ground and take a tank with you. However, you don't actually have to do that. One of the things that makes Halo so special is that they pretty much let you tackle the levels however you want. You can just go guns a-blazing, walk everywhere if you really want to. Or you can take the stealth approach and just steal a ship and freaking, fly and dodge the enemies. Because the thing is, if you notice, David, even though there's blood on the ground, there's very few enemies. This is intentional. Why do you think that is?
Because the game, because the enemies are still covering the first area, and the game, since they're alive, the game thinks you're there.
No. There's something else on this ring, David, besides humans and Covenant. What could possibly be taking down this many characters?
What? Predators?
Predator is one, but what kind of predator?
I don't know, a giant monster?
I mean, they become a giant monster.
The Flood?
Yeah. Which is why it's mysteriously empty. And as a matter of fact, Chief and Cortana
You're
don't talk much during this mission.
I love because just gives a lot. Those cards just give a lot of dialogue spaces.
No, this is perfectly fine. You can stealing vehicles is part of the game's design. Now, Halo 2 makes it easier to steal vehicles, but Halo 1 you've been able to do it since the beginning.
Wait, they're still thinking in Halo 2. Haven't seemed to know that, and they can't get past it.
Oh right, you haven't gotten past the first level. Okay, dude, I'm gonna commentate Halo 2 by my damn self because clearly nobody could beat that game but me, apparently.
Rolling Thunder.
Yep. And so the thing about Halo 1 is that the enemies actually will actively strategize against you, and that's something that I think is really cool. Depending on what you have access to, your weapons, the way you enter a room, and sometimes RNG, they'll enter with different formations, different tactics to use against you. Sometimes they'll rush you, sometimes they'll use cover. And that's actually something that Halo revolutionized, and I'm surprised a lot of more first-person shooters don't use this for campaigns. In fact, Call of Duty is infamous for having characters that just stay stationary to the ground. That's not true for every COD, but in a lot of them, especially the older ones, that is the case.
Hi.
Yep. Also,
Speaking of Halo, you know something I learned about Halo?
what?
That I forgot the name, but one of the Halo character ended up in Killer Instinct.
Sergeant Johnson, Chip Stelbo,
No,
Sarah Palmer.
it was an alien. It was the alien guy, the one who.
The Arbiter.
Yeah, yeah, the Arbiter is in Killer Instinct, which is surprising.
Yep. Miguel, that's the wrong door. Someone tell him. Yeah, I entered.
It's been
the
a while
wrong...
since.
Yeah,
clearly.
I took the wrong entrance. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm honestly surprised that I didn't just cut this out, but I guess this was funnier to me. Cause yeah, the thing about Halo 1 is it is very easy to get lost. Like very easy.
The Ackman called the hardest level in the game, and it's great. I think TNR is harder than this. Like in the library. Still, when you don't know what you're doing, this level can be quite difficult.
That is not a joke though. I remember the first time I ever beat this mission, I was here for like 6 hours. I mean 6 hours on Legendary. I've beaten this mission many times prior to that. Yeah. Anyways, so this is the correct door. And we're actually almost done with the level. Believe it or not. A good chunk of this last section is just cutscenes. We've got like a minute and a half left of the level. So, David, your thoughts on this level?
Very short, very quick. I'm kind of wondering why the Flood was here if they weren't the bigger threat.
What do you mean if they weren't the bigger threat? They are the biggest threat. They defeated the Forerunners.
Well, we didn't see any, not even in the base. Well, they're only outside.
You know the Flood is able to move around, right?
That's what I'm saying. Why aren't we seeing any of them inside?
Because they're stalking us. They're trying to lure us into a trap.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Flood is actually really smart. They're not just fucking space zombies, dude. Okay, the Flood have access to neural physics. They have access to human and alien vehicles and their weapons. They can run fast as shit. They have infinite stamina, stuff like that. The only weakness of the Flood is that their body is flimsier than living tissue. But given that they're also a parasite that can spread via the air, that's not too big of a weakness.
I still think Kirby can beat it.
We're not talking about this. We already talked about this in 3 different Neptunia playthroughs. We're skipping that.
And we never talked about the Halo playthrough.
I don't care. I don't
Stop, people.
care.
People in the comments. People in the comment down. Who do you think would win? The Flood or Kirby?
I have stopped caring. I'm not even going to answer that with dignity.
I'm asking the comments, not you.
Because if you notice, David, if you're looking at all these formations, these are killer formations. These are pretty much unstoppable formation. They got turrets, they got cover, they got freaking vehicles everywhere. So the question is, what defeated the Covenant? Because you know the Marines didn't do this. Not even close. There's no way the Marines can get through this. Right?
Right.
Yeah. The reason there aren't enemies back here is because we've essentially avoided alerting them that we're here. We kind of just snuck around. This level...
Probably not ask Kojima why there was a bandit just flying in the back. Oh, that's right.
I mean, it's one of our own guys. That's all you have to say. Yep. So cutscene for the rest of the level. We finally find Halo's control center.
Oh, Halo, the giant Halo.
Yes. What did you think it was?
I don't know. Usually some things are named something simple. They're actually very extravagant.
I would think a Halo ring that's big enough to house an atmosphere and environment is very extravagant. I'm not gonna lie, I think Halo 2 and 3 have the better Master Chief armor. I don't think Halo 1's armor is as good as Halo 2 and 3's. I mean, what do you think?
Why is she changing colors?
Because she is connecting with Forerunner technology.
It's glorious.
So, what sort of weapon is it?
And let's just say that Cortana in Halo Reach was infused with a Forerunner architecture.
Against the Covenant.
This ring isn't a cudgel, you barbarian. It's something else.
Is that a good enough answer to your question?
More important.
Yeah.
The Covenant were
Okay,
right.
good.
This ring.
I mean, overall, David, what are your thoughts on this level, now that you've seen it all?
Pretty simple to get by once you know what you're doing.
What they called a fortress world.
Mm-hmm. For those of you guys who don't know, if you don't steal the Banshee, you're gonna have to go in guns a-blazing, kill room after room. You're gonna get on a tank, and you're gonna gun down a bunch of Covenant. Then you're gonna storm the actual base, and there's gonna be enemies there, a bunch of enemies, because they're alerted to your presence. While here they aren't. And, let's just say that there's a reason that Breaking Benjamin calls the Master Chief the shadow on the wall who will save us all.
No time. Get out of here. Find keys. Stop him.
Well, come on, why can't you just tell him it's the flood?
Because she doesn't know what the flood is, she just knows that there's something buried.
Anyway, next one.